Mfana wami bongakuboni konke lokho naso weba lo petrol ebusuku nikuthengisa. What kind of a driver are you?
Ngibhabuli unenhlito lembi lokwatiwe nje imali
ungafuni nje ukuthi lonke le office le live ukuthi mina nawe bese ndane bomnyameni yangiva ngoba mina ngitangithatha less than 5 minutes kumemeda
lapha sikhuluma silahleke thousands and thousands every day.
So wathi kanjani ke ngamnamandla?
Mama Joy, yabuka. Uyadati futhi timvo nethi nje ngiyabinza.
Baphethe imali lengaka 10,000 emalangeni. Uthi it's just a gift.
Wena usebenzisa emandla ecompany lekunikete wona. Uhlukube dabamfu. Endlento leyo ayisiko kahle. Inkampani yethembele kuwe kwekokuthi uyibambe. Hayi kube usebenzisa emandla akho ukuthi uabuse bamfu ngayo.
Did you hear that? Eswatini's got talent. THIS BULLETIN, a youth empowerment platform committed to changing lives and transforming communities in the arts, talent, education, health, entrepreneurship, and enterprise development. Lack of education, unemployment, and rejection from society is no reason to give up on life. Motivate yourself by joining and watching this program. Sishayi gwara, sidlala ngevosho, yebo siyabenga. And our very own home-brewed sparkles. We make sure we have professionals to assist in polishing your talent and skill. Guests to give guidance and address any life issues.
Have as much fun as you can, but be responsible young people.
THIS BULLETIN.
Ngikokumcoka ukuthi all the time per household ibe nayo fruit tree khona utokhona harvest those fruits uwende fruit juice yakho.
A very good evening, Swaziland. A warm welcome to our 8 o'clock English News Bulletin. My name is John Perez and I shall be with you tonight. Let us take a look at stories making headlines tonight. Eswatini's business community stands to benefit a lot from the economic cooperation agreement signed by the Kingdom of Eswatini and Taiwan. The 2018 Form 5 results show an improvement compared to results obtained by students in the previous year. Eswatini Television Authority is ready to roll out the broadcast of locally produced content. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Themba Masuku, is calling upon the entire Swazi nation to continue praying for the Kingdom of Eswatini for its continued growth and prosperity. Masuku made this call today when leading different church congregations in a prayer session which was held at the Shiselweni region. We have a report.
The aim of the prayer meeting that was held at Bethesda in Hlangana was for praying for the challenges faced by the region and the country to come to an end. The Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku says it is upon the Christian fraternity in the country to pray for the economy, the welfare and other problems engulfing the nation. Masuku further stated that without prayer, the country cannot conquer the challenges, therefore a spiritual intervention is needed.
Live ngivile statistics la ngalokubulalana lesingazange sikubona kubuyele emuva kepha sitabuyisela ngemthandazo lamhla sitosebenta leyo nto leyo la sukumani bobabe
sitoninika, and we will capacitate you sininike tintfo leningatenta nani. Ngoba nyalo wonke umuntu uhlala phansi athi tikhulu tiyabanga, tikhulu atibangi, tikhulu tiyasebenta. Kepha tiyawafuna emathuluzi ekusebenta.
Masuku then urged pastors and all Christians in the country to pray for the kingdom, which is Africa's new promise. Reporting, I am Zotwa Dlamini with Mbonga Dube in Hlangano.
The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoba Khumalo, has urged the Swazi business community to take full advantage of the International Trade Cooperation Agreement between the Kingdom of Eswatini and Taiwan. The Minister was speaking during the official opening of the Taiwan Eswatini Business Forum, which took place at the Royal Villa, Eswatini.
Last year, the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of China, Taiwan, signed an economic cooperation agreement which seeks to foster mutual interest on trade and investment between the two countries. As a follow-up to the ECA, the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority is hosting a delegation of business people from Taiwan who attended the Eswatini-Taiwan Business Forum, which was graced by, amongst others, His Royal Highness Prince Lindane. Speaking at the official opening of the business forum, the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoba Khumalo, said the forum is in line with the government's policy of an export-driven economy.
One of the key pillars of our economic turnaround strategy, Your Excellency, is to focus on what we call an export-driven economy. What it means in simple terms is we want to connect all our business people in our business ecosystem to a global market and capacitate them to such an extent that they can meet the demands of a global demand. And the ECA is the first step towards accelerating this vision, and we're really grateful for that opportunity.
The ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan to the Kingdom, Jeremy Liang, said this is a special year in the history of the forum as it has the largest ever delegation from Taiwan.
The timing of this forum is timely. Enthusiasm, new ideas, and a can-do attitude to business are the hallmarks of the new administration in Eswatini. I'm very confident this fresh approach will contribute to revitalizing the economy and creating an array of opportunities for investors and people of Eswatini.
YC Tai, the leader of the delegation, gave assurance that everything that will be discussed during the forum will surely be actioned and implemented. The delegation will spend 4 nights in the country and will be visiting and talking to different companies. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Sibusiso Ngubane in Zulwini.
The 2018 Form 5 results are now out, and the pass rate shows an increase compared to the 2017 Form 5 results. The results were announced by the Minister for Education and Training in the country, Lady Howard Mabuza.
The SGCSE subjects examined in 2018 were 17, and students who sat for this exam throughout the country were 20,299, which is higher than in 2017, where they were 18,750. The Minister for Education, Lady Howard Mabuza, when releasing the 2018 SGCSE results, mentioned that there has been a decline in the number of private candidates who wrote this exam compared to 2017.
The 2018 results overall pass rate is 91.81%. This shows an increase of 11.36% when compared with the 2017 overall pass rate of 80.45%. The number of candidates who passed and scored A* to G in 4 or more subjects, including English, was 89.0%. This figure shows an increase of 1.53% when compared with the 2017 pass rate, which was 87.47%.
The Minister also announced the names of the 3 students who shared the first position and the 5 who shared the second position.
The outstanding candidates were chosen on their performance in the best 6 subjects. 3 candidates shared position 1, and these are Mpanza Nosipo from St. Mark's High School, Masonya Mandisa Kito from St. Teresa's High School, Ngwenya Nonsegelelo Susan from Gapoi's High School. The 3 candidates above scored A star in 6 best subjects.
Mabuza then appreciated the good job done by teachers, pupils and parents by ensuring that pupils were prepared for exams. She also commended the Exams Council and markers and all who ensured that the results were released on time to give students time to figure out what to do next. Reporting, I'm CPO Dlamini with Sbusiso Ngubane in Mbabane.
The Minister for Health in the country, Liz Nkosi, says it is of paramount importance that her ministry is fully aware of the state of affairs of all health facilities in the country, as well as the well-being of employees working for health facilities in the country, in order to be able to provide a universal access to health to all citizens of the Kingdom of Eswatini.
The health sector is one of the important sectors in the country. Therefore, there is a great need for the sector to be well taken care of for the benefit of Eswatini. The project conducted by the Minister of Health in visiting health facilities around the kingdom started a few weeks ago. Speaking during her visit to Nhlangano Health Center, Hlatikulu Government Hospital and Ngwene Clinic, Minister Liz Nkosi says this visit will help in familiarizing herself with the health employees and challenges faced by the health facilities.
We started at Hoho North and we went to Pixpic Hospital, we went to Mkuzweni Health Center, we went to Drogolwago. We're hopefully still going to cover clinics as well. And then we did Lubombo, we went to Good Shepherd, we went into the Lubombo hospital, which was meant to be a referral hospital. It's a day hospital at the moment. So we're trying to get familiar with what the health service provides, looking at our infrastructure, looking at our staffing complement, looking at our equipment, really just having a feel of the services we provide. We have had some acute drug shortages, partly because we'd had some bills that hadn't been paid before, but that is being sorted. Drugs were delivered, and when we went through Nhlangano Health Center, they didn't have shortages of drugs. So that's what we're trying to figure out at the moment, just talking with people on the ground, interacting with staff and finding out from them. But from what we're learning so far, people are receiving their drugs on time. In fact, I actually go inside the pharmacies, inside the pharmacy storages, inside the dispensary, just to have a sense of where they are and how much stock we have.
The minister then praised the health workers for working tirelessly and ensuring that members of the public are well taken care of. Reporting, I am Zotwa Adlamini with Mbonga Dube at Hlatikulu.
Effectively, tomorrow morning, Eswatini Television Authority will broadcast locally produced content. And according to the station's Chief Executive Officer, Bongani Austin Dlamini, the station has been assisted by local independent producers in deriving or coming up with this content, which will now be full-time on air on Eswatini TV.
The decisions and the efforts done by the management of Eswatini Television and meeting viewers at the point of their needs will help to improve the programs provided by the television station so that viewers will have a variety of programs to watch. Eswatini Television's Chief Executive Officer Bongani Austin Dlamini says the role of the television station is to ensure that the TV station improves and be among other developed TV stations, which is in line with His Majesty's vision of the country attaining first world status by 2022.
The launch of the new program schedule is responding to the calls and interest of our viewers to improve our content. And we would also like to inform our viewers that the change that is coming with the new program schedule is respondent to all sectors in terms of age groups, you know, the demographic analysis relating to our viewership.
Dlamini then conveyed his appreciation to the government, business community and the public at large for supporting the television station on a day-to-day basis. Reporting, I am Zodwa Dlamini with Mbonga Dube in Babane.
The Registrar of the Exams Council of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Dr. Edmund Mazibuko, has praised school staff and students who wrote the 2018 external examination for good behavior as there were no malpractices reported.
Students in the country last year wrote their external exams under an abnormal setting where schools were guarded by the police and exam papers were delivered every morning. Exams Council Registrar Dr. Edmund Mazibuko says only one school is currently being investigated for malpractice and its results have been since withheld. He says in 2018 there were only 2 malpractice cases and the other one has been cleared. The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Sibongile Mjali, mentioned that the decline of malpractice tendencies might have been reduced by the new method of schools receiving exam papers on the same day of exams. Mjali then thanked all civil servants who were roped in last year to facilitate the smooth running of the exams, which was also costly to government. Reporting, I am CPO Dlamini with Spusiso Ngubane in Babane.
Farmers under the Eastern Southern Africa Farmers Union have invented a new practice of farming without using fertilizers and pesticides. The farmers have invented a unique way of recycling waste to enrich their soil in order to have an improved harvest. We have a report.
Farmers under the Eastern Southern African Small-Scale Farmers Forum, ESAF, have been taught by GUPA organization in the country how to farm or produce without using chemicals, and they have not looked back. This is because they speak highly of natural manure produced from human waste mixed with sawdust and grass. Ndombika Isefagutse, who is the chairperson of ESAF, explains that the natural manure is produced by lining human waste with sawdust in pit latrines. It is then stored for 6 to 8 months, then ready for distributing in the fields.
With the help of GUPA organization, they help us to do the manure. We use sawdust and grass, and then we put it and store it for 6 to 8 months, and then it's ready. This type of farming is good. 1, it's healthy in our bodies. 2, it's cheaper because we don't buy manure, we don't buy seeds, so it's cheaper that way.
Fagutse says this kind of manure helps to preserve the soil and allow other things like edible herbs to flourish that eMaSwati have always used for meals. Ngamsile Sugati, another farmer and also the vice chairperson of ESAF, says such a farming method encourages the traditional methods of agriculture, for example in weeding, planting and harvesting by hand. She says this is also good for exercise.
I've been doing this for almost 4 years and my harvest is very good. I can ask people to follow what we are doing at ISAF. ISAF is very good.
This natural kind of manure is also good for fruit trees and legumes. Reporting, I am CPO Dlamini with Mbonga Dube in Manzini.
The Eswatini Tourism Authority continues to work with various organizations internationally to market the Kingdom of Eswatini as a tourist destination. According to Bongani Dlamini, who is the marketing manager in the organization, says they are currently hosting a businessman from Netherlands who won a holiday voucher during one of the gala dinners, which was organized by one of the international organizations they work with abroad. We have a report.
One of the core mandates of the Eswatini Tourism Authority is to market the country as a tourist destination internationally. The authority cannot do that alone, thus it works with different organizations across the globe, and one such organization is a cancer foundation based in Netherlands, which holds an annual dinner to raise funds for the fight against cancer in that country. During the dinner, several items are auctioned, and one of the prizes that were up for grabs in last year's gala dinner was a holiday to Eswatini. which was won by businessman Paul Winkle, who is in the country these days to claim his prize.
We put up a visit to the Kingdom of Eswatini and we asked that it is bidded for. Unfortunately, Mr. Winkle and his wife won the bid. They paid 50,000 euros to be able to achieve that, and they have since spent another 30,000 to be able to come to Eswatini. But a number of other industries came to the party. The Turkish Airlines were able to help us with transport from the Netherlands to here, and Skyworld shuttles were able to transport them from South Africa to Eswatini. So we are grateful for them to have come, because the gala dinner actually gave us an opportunity to market the kingdom. We were able to showcase our country through video.
Speaking to the media, Winkle said before the gala dinner, he knew nothing about the Kingdom of Eswatini, as he was only familiar with South Africa. ETA says while the money from the gala dinner auction went to the Cancer Foundation in Netherlands, the benefit for them is the exposure for the country, and that the businessman is now the country's ambassador in his country, and he will tell more people about the Kingdom of Eswatini. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Sebosiso Ngubane in Zulweni.
At this point, we shall take a look at stories making headlines internationally, and we're starting in Zimbabwe, where tributes continue to pour in for music legends Oliver Mtukudzi, who passed away on Wednesday.
Oliver Mtukudzi died on Wednesday in the capital city of Zimbabwe in Harare at the age of 66. A musician and poet, Albert Nyati, was with several other mourners at the hospital where the star passed away. Fellow musicians also relayed their tributes to the legend.
Contributed a lot through entertainment, through the messages, and even the maturity, education, cultural education. He was a teacher.
I love his music. I love his music, and he gave his performances with love, and he was such a humble person, soft-spoken, very humble.
Yeah. To me, he was a father. He was a friend. He taught me a lot of things.
I have no words. Just as we've had performances together, both at home and in Europe, and certainly this, it's difficult.
Protests continue in Sudan, whereby it is reported that 26 people have been killed. The protests, which were triggered by the government's decision to triple the price of bread, started on the 19th December of 2018. It brought demonstrators onto the streets, which caused the protest to rapidly spread to the capital city as people expressed their anger. Sudanese police fired tear gas at crowds protesting the fatal wounding of a demonstrator last week. It was also fired at students inside Eswatini University. The protests are seen as the biggest threat to al-Bashir's rule since he took power through a coup in 1989. Authorities say 26 people have been killed and 38 journalists have been issued with warrants of arrest for spreading fake news. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Lungelele Emakakula, pictures sourced from the internet.
Welcome back, and we shall now take a quick look at our sports stories tonight. Members of the public have expressed their concerns following that the newly appointed Sihlangu coach Kostadin Papic is already undertaking his official duties without being officially unveiled. We have a report.
It is over a month since the National Football Association announced that Serbian coach Kostan Papic has been given a post as Sihlangu Semnigati head coach. At the same time, the mother board also promised the nation that the Serbian would speak to the media and members of the public upon his arrival first week of January 2019.
Coach will arrive in the country first week of January, and Lama details Lama plans and all that. I think we will respect that the coach addresses those issues.
Currently, the Serbian coach is already 3 weeks in the country, and has been spotted to different stadiums in the country during MTN Premier League games and Ngwenyama Cup knockout tournaments. His presence at the stadiums has left members of the public in questions, wondering if the former Pologwane City coach has begun his duties or not.
Oh, ngibona akusinto le kahle ngoba kufuna kube ne press conference lapho batafika khona nethathele team interview.
They are also wondering when will he give his objectives and his opinions to the members of the public through a press conference.
Ya kona kuyinkinga na ubuka lokho ukuthi usengakacali ukukhuluma ngoba kahle kahle kufuna ukuthi athule lo live.
Ngicabanga ukuthi vele kukahle ukusaqala khulume nesive.
Nabe ngiyatibuta ukuthi ijagwendiwa yini nambe sengisazi ngisatha uqhubeka ukuthi sise kulabanye nje.
Papich has the month of February on his calendar to prepare for his first assignment in March against the Tunisian national team. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Mbabane.
President of Eswatini Dance Association, Semim Sibi, says the country has enough talent to compete effectively at an international level.
Eswatini Dancing Association was established back in 1998. 21 years later, it remains one of the associations to have completed international assignments and returned home with different achievements. A president of the association, Semim Sibi, says what has been helping the growth of the sport in the country is through the talent of Eswatini.
We're starting to see people being trained even at preschool level, and the talent is there. I'd say the talent is there. We are also hoping to actually have first two couples that are going to be representing us in the European Championships in the future, hopefully next year. But we're still in talks with the people that are assisting us in actually getting that dream come true. But all I can say, the bottom line is that we have a lot of talent in dance in Swaziland.
Msibi also announced places where those willing to join the sport will go for classes, both for first-time learners and those who are already advanced in the sport.
We have clubs and dance clubs in Big Bend, Mhlume, Manzini, which is Manzini Club, Baila Mos in Ezulwini, and then we have Msunduza in Mbabane, also SOS Stegi and SOS Mbabane.
For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Mbabane.
And before we round up our bulletin, let us take a quick look at stories making headline once again. Eswatini's business community stands to benefit a lot from the economic cooperation agreement signed by the Kingdom of Eswatini and Taiwan. The 2018 Form 5 results show an improvement compared to results obtained by students in the previous year. Eswatini Television Authority is ready to roll out the broadcast of locally produced content. And that now marks the end of our bulletin tonight. Eswatini, thank you so much for joining us. My name is John Perez, your news anchor, and now together with our transmission team and the rest of the English news desk, we take this moment to wish you a blessed and wonderful night. Until we meet again, do take care and have a good night.
Lishonile maswahla amajweni ngosilenhle sanibonana sesiwena sike simo sethu sanamhla ebusuku kanye nelanga lakusasa sithombe sikhomba wona amafla amaningi labona live ikakhulu kusukela elangeni lakusasa kuya ke kuyo umgcibelo esithombe lesihlata sikhomba wona amathuba emvula labhele kusasa nsambama kuya ke kuwo ke umgcibelo kanti ke namhla ebusuku sibheke ukuthi sibe nayo ke inkungu langamsana emkhemetelo kanti litawuba nemafulu banze kanti ke elangeni lakusasa khona sibheke ukuthi singaba nayo ke inkungu langamsana emkhemetelo tinyetinza yoseni kanti litawube linemafu lihleke limababalengwe liphole lifuthuma ligcine lishisa ke ehlanzeni kanti kuthi makubheli nyetinzawo ngichubeka kwelisuka khona batanzambama kanti ke lokhu sitawubangelwa ngumoya lotabuchama khona ke empumalanga nasibuka lona lizinga lekushisa even laseswatini imbabane speak kanye nasenhlanga tawufika 25 kamanzini ifika 28 lapha ke stake nakalomasha 27 kanti ke lapha eBig Bend ka Pascal avumisa utawufika ku 33 lotaba semhlume litawufika ke ku 32 lizinga lekushisa maswati lamahle share sibheke sibosimatu salapha ekhaya sabona ukutawo nisale kahle
Silale